Hey, good morning, guys. WC Cougar X. Today is December 9th, 2024. Today's a Monday. And just coming off a nice 4-day weekend. Tomorrow I do work. And as things would have it, it worked out to where I could possibly go down to buy my next project vehicle, which hopefully, if you're watching this, that means I picked it up. But at this point, it's kind of a sight unseen type of vehicle. It was posted on Facebook Marketplace. I've been going back and forth with the guy for a good, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks on this car. I'm not sure if the guy realized, but the ad expired, and so he wasn't getting much in the way of bites on this particular car. So as things worked out, I was able to kind of negotiate a price, obviously pending my inspection as well as a test drive to make sure everything's good to go. The car is not local to me. Here I am up in Washington State along the coast, and the car in question is down in Bend, Oregon. So it's a good 5.5 hour drive for me each way to get down there. And being December, this is like the start of winter season in the mountains and the foothills. So it's going to be an interesting day. I checked the weather report, and appears today is supposed to be bright and sunny in the mountain passes down in Oregon. So today we have a nice little window to hopefully get down there and get back before things get crazy. Snow and is supposed to be coming in on Thursdays. So being the Pacific Northwest, the weather can change at any minute. So without further ado, we got the Suburban all ready to go. Right now it's about 8:10 in the morning. I do have a U-Haul car transport trailer I need to go pick up at 9:30 today in Elma. So we'll get that and head down to Bend. Now, why didn't I just wait until I get to Bend and inspect the vehicle and then go get the trailer? Well, if I did that for a one-way trip from Bend to where I live to drop it off, it would be over $200. If I pick it up local, the trailer that is, drive it all the way down there and then drive it back, it's only $54. So I'm not sure what kind of a drag that's going to do on this vehicle as far as fuel economy. So I probably kind of shot myself in the foot, but just looking at things on paper, it looked better to pick up the trailer locally. Plus, there's no guarantee that there's one available down south, so I didn't want to deal with that. So, all right, to be continued. Okay, so just before leaving, I've been checking this website for the last couple days, and this morning before we make the trip, which we have to leave in about a half hour. So here's the idea. The website I'm looking at is the Oregon State Trip Check, which is set up by the DOT, which is an outstanding website. Shows all the road conditions, past conditions, and it has all the live feeds with the cameras. So that's the great thing about it. So essentially, we're starting off in this location, heading down 26, down to I-5 South, down to the Portland area, and then we're taking 26 east. Right here is Mount Hood, so that's going to be an area of concern, possibly. On down south to Bend, and then down to Sun River. That's the plan at this point, going down there. Coming back, we'll have to look at the road conditions in this area once again to see what's going on. But if things are getting too hazardous, I'm going to have a trailer and a car on it, so we're going to have a little bit of a load. So the alternate route coming home is coming up through Madras, through Maupin, on up to just east of the Dalles, and just taking the highway along the Columbia River home. This route will add another 60 miles onto the trip, but that's well worth it to avoid any issues there. So presently, let's go ahead and zoom in and look at the area in question, which is the Mount Hood area. Right now at Government Camp, it's showing partly cloudy, slush, snowpack breaking up, which is a good sign. No new snow, and there's not supposed to be any snow today in any of the areas here. That won't start until Thursday, like I mentioned before. But the great thing about this website is looking at the map, I don't see any snow there, but getting up to the pass area, yeah, a little bit of snow on the roads. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. I don't anticipate. We have another 3 hours before we're actually going to hit this area, so hopefully things will be somewhat plowed in. Yeah, if we're going to be there. Some kind of an interchange there. And then as we head south, 26. There's another camera. A little bit of snow. It's getting less sparse on the road. I mean, it's getting sparse on the road. Whoa, a little bit more snow there. Oh, it's another pass, Blue Box Pass Summit. And let's check the conditions there. Clear, no precipitation, spots of ice. So we're gonna have to just kind of take it slow through there, which no big deal. I gave myself plenty of extra time to get there. More than likely, at this point, the plan is to get down to the Bend area probably about 4 o'clock, and we're not due to even meet this guy until 6:30. So I gave myself plenty of time not to race down there. So, all right, to be continued. All right, so we're good to go. Just got the car transport trailer all hooked up and ready to go. Let's do a quick walk around here. Everything looks good. All right, time to hit the road. Okay, we finally made it to Sun River. Gosh, I don't even know what time it is, but it's just a little bit after 6, I believe. And we're waiting for the owner of the car to return from Bend. He had to pick up his son from wrestling practice, so we're just kind of sitting here for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes until he makes it to his house. All right, we'll continue on. Okay, so that last picture you just saw of me with the U-Haul trailer and the Suburban was me dropping off the U-Haul trailer at our local dealer, empty. Obviously, that was December 10th, probably about 2:30 in the morning. It was empty. And I'm going to tell you why it was empty. So prior to me making my trip down to Bend, I wanted to make sure I had all my ducks in a row. The owner assured me I asked him if he had a clean title. He said he had clean title in hand. I mean, that's quoted completely off of what I have on the Facebook Marketplace, I don't know, direct messaging system. Okay, so I figured everything was good to go. So we get down there. I could take the car out, test drive it. There were a couple little quirks here and there, but it was nothing I couldn't handle. Bring the car back. Was satisfied somewhat with what I saw. I knew I had to do, some work on the Forester, but I knew that this was also a project car of sorts. So, I mean, what can you expect from a 19-year-old car? It's not going to be perfect. And unfortunately, when I was driving it, I was comparing it to this car, which you can't do. So anyways, so we get back to his house. I said, okay, let's do it. Were my exact words. He goes, okay, let's go inside and do paperwork. So we go inside, kind of get comfortable. He's shelfing around a bunch of paper, looking through folders, and about 15 minutes goes by, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And he comes out of his office saying that he has the title somewhere, but he just can't find it. So I figured, okay, he may have misplaced it and whatnot because, as I just mentioned, a week and a half or so ago, prior to us coming down there, he said he had a clean title in hand. So I figured, okay, no big deal. He just put it in the wrong pile. So he's looking through all the previous records that came with the car. Nothing. He looked through his stack of titles that he has for all his toys. Nothing. And he goes through another stack, another stack, another stack. Well, a half hour goes by. I look over at the clock at his house, and it's hitting about 8 o'clock. And for me, it was a 6-hour drive to get down there. And I'm looking at the clock thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I'm not going to get home until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to have a couple hours sleep, then I got to get up and go to work. So at that point, I was feeling like, okay, this was a lost cause. What the heck did I get myself into? Anyways, he goes, well, I can't find a title. Why don't you take the car, give me the money, and as soon as I find the title, I will sign it and send it to you. Well, as you can see, the car is supposed to be right here. That didn't go over very well. I said, there's no way in the world money is going to switch hands unless I have the paperwork to go with the car. So needless to say, we got up and left. He did give me $100 to help pay for my fuel, but for my time, I guess I can't even count the time because it was an enjoyable drive down there with my wife, so it was a good time. So I come home. Actually, I should back up. On my way home, I was pretty ticked off, as you could probably guess. And I think I hit about Madras, Oregon. Had a little time to cool off. And so I just wrote the guy a message saying, hey, I'm not sure what happened. Not sure why that happened. Only God knows. Let me know if you find the title. And maybe we can meet halfway or something or other. So he kind of agreed to that. And then I get home. A couple days had gone by. Actually, the next day, 2 days went by. I had plenty of time to get some rest and some sleep. So I was able to kind of think clearly. And I thought to myself, you know what? I still do want that car, even though I'm ticked off. I mean, there's no sense being upset over just driving down there. So it wasn't really a waste of my time. So I wrote the guy, say, hey, if you do find the title, maybe we can meet halfway. And I looked at the map, and Sandy, Oregon is halfway point. So he agreed to that. He thought that was fair. And so he said he was going to put in for a Oregon lost title. And so he did that on a Friday, the Friday after I went down there. So whatever was right after December 10th, that Friday. And he writes me saying that in looking at the computer and the paperwork with the Oregon State Department of Transportation or Department of Licensing, they could see that they never did issue a title for that car, which I don't know if I believe that, but I'm just going off of what he said. So needless to say, a replacement title is supposed to take just under 2 weeks. Some sources say a week, other sources say 2 weeks, but we've got Christmas thrown in there and we got New Year's Day thrown in there as well. So I'm not sure what the United States Postal Service is going to do with that extra 2 days of holidays, but we will see. So he wrote me this morning saying it has been a week, and less than a week we should have the title. So we will see. Maybe this will be continued. Okay, guys, as of right now, it is New Year's Eve. So December 31st, 2024, 13:38 hours. And here's just a little snapshot of the car. This is on the Facebook Marketplace. That's a photo of her. And so just kind of show you the messages that were sent. So in the purple there, that's what I wrote. Do you have the title in hand? And of course his response, clean title in hand. So my recommendation before you guys go on any long hauls, any long trips or anything, hindsight's always 20/20. Make sure that whoever you're buying the car from send you a picture of the title to make sure they indeed have it, or you could be possibly wasting your time. And I know frustrations can make you make decisions that you probably regret down the road. Which in this case, I was pretty adamant about not forking over the cash and taking the car home and trusting him to send me the title in the mail. I was not going to do that, but I can understand if somebody drove or flew, 1,000 miles from their house and they get to a point where they're ready to purchase a vehicle and the same situation happens. I could possibly see somebody agreeing to that and then, taking the car home. Because why? Because they don't want to make that trip again. So just word of the wise, if they do not have the title in hand, do not give them any money, because think about it. What's the motivation for them to go down and get the title if they already have the money for the car? There's just no motivation for them to do it. So my motivation here, I left the car there, though it was really hard to, because I really wanted this car, and I still do to a certain extent, but not worth the potential headaches of forking over, $5,000 for a car that you don't have a title for, that's just sitting in your driveway, because who knows what situations are going to rise on his part. I don't know. So anyways, just stay on the safe side. All right, guys, it's January 6th, 2025. It's a Monday. I still yet have to hear from John down in Sun River, Oregon, about the replacement title coming in from Oregon. In the meantime, I've been perusing all the different websites looking for spare parts and whatnot, some JDM parts. So I haven't secured anything yet, because part of me is just telling me to wait on ordering any parts until I actually have the car in hand. And as you know, the car is supposed to be parked right here. So as a substitute, these little guys are going to have to do for right now. Yeah, I picked these up online. These were like $8 a piece. So this is 4 is what they had. So what I plan on doing is taking one of these out and painting it black and kind of having it look like the car that I don't yet have. So, all right, to be continued. All right, guys, we got a little update. Today's January 8th, but this message came last night, Tuesday, January 7th. Mr. John sent me a message that he got something in the mail. And there's the message. So, at this point of time, we are set to head down to Hood River, which is the halfway point between where I live and where he lives. And surprisingly enough, I just picked Hood River, and I knew there was a Walmart there. So since we're both going to have the U-Haul car transport trailer, I figured the Walmart parking lot would probably be the best place as any to unload and offload vehicles. So I just verified that was the halfway point, and guess what? It will take me 3 hours and 5 minutes to get there. It will take him 3 hours and 5 minutes to get there. I'm not kidding you. So it's perfectly the halfway point as far as time-wise. So we're set to take care of this thing on January 11th. So I've got my U-Haul transport trailer, if you will, reserved once again for this coming Saturday, January 11th. So hopefully the next clip you see will be me with that trailer. Until then. Okay, today's Saturday, January 11th. This is U-Haul Transport Trailer Take 2. This is my second attempt to go get this Forester XD. So hopefully there's going to be a little follow-up clip after this. All right, as for now, we got to get on the road and head to Hood River. About, I think about 3 hours away. All right. Here we are. We made it to the Walmart, and I see the
Forester coming down back of that trailer. Took it to the car wash to get it all shined up, and hopefully it'll be in the back of this truck.
Voila, we got her. All right, we'll take more video of the actual car at a later time. Okay. All right, so as you can see in my rearview mirror, we do have a car in tow. And just check out the beautiful scenery. On the left there, that's Oregon. Across the Columbia there, that's Washington State. Well, if there's any questions on if I made it home all right, I did. And this begins another chapter of a project car. So, not sure exactly what I'm going to do first, but absolutely some serious deep cleaning with this car. She is filthy. And right now I'm going to go inside, get washed up a little bit, and review the folder of maintenance records that came with her that basically go over the last 15 plus years, over the course of 4 owners, I believe. So it'd be interesting to see what parts have been replaced and what needs to be replaced. So anyways, I guess this concludes this particular video. More to come. All right, WCU Cougar X out.